right, so this is the Design Build Show. Welcome. This is Matt Knittle from MK Woodworks, and we're in Enfield, New Hampshire, right on the border of Vermont, kind of mid-state, and we're going to get into it. Matt is a design builder and wanted to, the purpose of the show is to increase people's awareness of design build and educate folks on it, because I feel it's lacking. Folks don't really know their options and how the game works. And you have a background from the trades as a carpenter, from building, or?
Yeah, I have a mixed background. I'm lucky I have some background in some other business, some sales background combined with, decades of handwork, skill work. My trade profession would be woodwork.
Cool.
Not heirloom quality furniture, but everywhere from general construction to very high-end joinery.
Yeah,
would be my trades profession.
neat. But you also, in terms of the building methodology that you are interested in executing and do, is very high energy efficient, sustainable. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I look at building as not only energy efficient but labor efficient, and enclosing the shell of your home or your structure, your living space, efficiently in a timely manner, so that we can focus on what we really are good at, which is the interior woodwork.
Yeah.
But when you work in that with those materials that allow you to build efficiently, energy efficiency just comes with those materials. When you're building with structural insulated panels or insulated concrete forms, high-end windows, spray foam, closed cell spray foam. The faster and more efficiently you enclose your structure usually means you're using more energy efficient materials. So we get energy efficiency based on the materials we use. So we're not out there to get energy efficiency, it's just coming with our projects because of what we use. It's a way we look at it, right?
But that's not the norm for this area. Like I'm interested in how you came up as a builder, but came away with still this idea of a new way to build than the majority are here.
We run lean as a business, and so we rely on the best materials in the marketplace, and so versus the best labor in the marketplace. So I've developed a way to build that decreases labor and increases efficiencies, and that's relying on when I say, I'm going to continually say efficient materials out there, but that's really what we're relying on. Really good engineered designs, really good architectural designs, efficient designs that allow us to work with the efficient materials that are on the market.
Yeah.
Up here in the North Country, when you're talking about outside north of the Boston area, let's say, there are still a lot of traditional truss structures, stick frame, and there's their place for that. Stick framing's not. It's still got a great place. I've kind of used a background a little bit of that I had in timber framing, combined it with some efficient use of stick framing, and then using the materials that are out there. For example, the structural insulated panels is just an efficient way to build.
Yeah. Seems to me like you've set things up to capitalize on you. You've enabled yourself to do more.
Yeah.
In terms of you as the design builder.
Yeah.
Are looking at how can I maximize my efficiency and do more, and that kind of led you to this this system that you have in place.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to build like the place we're sitting in right now. I wanted to build this on my own and in a pretty quick time frame. I quickly found out that using, again, efficient use of materials and options out there is just a smarter way to build. I know firsthand that some contractors won't even offer this type of a build because they've got too big of a crew.
It's just they have the way they do it.
Yeah.
And even if there's a better way, They're kind of already entrenched in this.
And most subcontractors sub out the interior work. You know, we sub out the exterior work. You know, we enclose the structure as fast as we can, so that we're not subbing out any of the interior work, which is really much different than most general contractors. You know, a lot of them are overseeing the general contracting, and they're subbing out the trade professionals, which is, you know, mechanicals and finish carpentry, and you know, and a different person for each, you know, component of your build. Where, you know, we're focused on, you know, bringing in the site crew to do the site work, bringing in, you know, the crane to do the, you know, panel work, and really, again, you know, getting that shell of your home or your living space or your office, you know, enclosed quickly, so we can take over and do what we're really good at, which is woodworking.
Awesome. And when I talked to you about design build, you immediately brought up the design build team, and how, you know, that's kind of how you structure, you look at it.
Yeah.
Like instantly you were like, you started to talk about the design build team, and I think that's it's important and it's significant, because people need to understand that there are different professions. There's the architect, engineer, a multitude of different trades, but they're not all necessarily coordinated, right? In this traditional design build methodology, you know, they're separated, almost set up to be adversarial, whereas your approach is not that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, our approach is, you know, start on paper and get really good designs that, you know, in this day and age, you can, you know, email, text, PDFs around, and most likely you're emailing those to your, you know, relationships you already have, whether it's a lumber provider to get the right structural lumber, whether it's a, you know, a timber framer to get a, you know, a quote on a timber frame structure, or it's your panel person to get the panels, your roofing supplier, you know. So what we do is we really oversee all of it, and you know, we have our partners we reach out to with these, you know, electric files. So it starts with the architect. I mean, he's a very important part of the team, and then everybody's a valued part of the team. But the team's not like, you know, it's not huge. You've got your dirt workers, your site workers. You've got your panel guys, and since we rely on those a lot, you've got your lumber suppliers, and we get the place wrapped really quickly, and then the team of, you know, electricians and plumbers are really important in any home, and then we take over all the finish work. So the team thing is really good. And when I think about design build, for me, it's working with one team the entire process. You know, and you've got one firm leading the charge, right? Like one person overseeing the entire design and the build of the project.
So like when you're designing a project and you want to consult on the foundation or formwork or plumbing, electrical, do you go directly to your subcontractor? And
absolutely. Yeah.
So there's that continuation there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. You know, we're involved from the ground up. I mean, we are, you know, we're there, you know, helping compact the sand in your foundation. You know, we're running, you know, rough septic lines, helping out. I mean, we're really making sure that our hands are involved at every step of the project, so we know what we end up with. But we have a team of guys that really look out for the entire project as well, because everybody is a little bit hands-on, right? You know, the dirt guy's not just ending and you know, handing it off to the concrete. You know, he's in communication with the concrete guy in the process. You know, they're in communication with the well person. You know, as are we. We're really, you know, we work with you know, the end goal is efficiencies, and if everybody's working really efficiently, everybody's working to the same goal, it's amazing the money you can save.
You know,
because
and folks aren't just thinking in a silo with like their independent trade, but are aware of more. Yeah,
and we're really flexible on timing, right? We're all about our trades and our subs working on a time that meets their needs. And if they work on a time that meets their needs, they're going to do that same thing with the next gentleman and the next woman, the next professional, and that allows them all to like get on the same page and work quickly.
What do you mean by that? Like work within their schedule, but then
Like,
but then timing is very important.
Timing's very important, but we give our, we allow our projects to start and end on the time frame of the most important subs. Right?
Okay.
We really believe that, it starts with.
So you might delay a start date
Absolutely.
to just
make
be
sure
able to hit it. Yeah.
make sure the right team's in place.
Cool.
And I would advise any person, building. It's such a real project that timing is. The time of the build is crucial, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the time of when it starts, it's all about when it finishes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about when it
Yeah,
starts.
yeah. He preaches that.
And so it's about when it finishes. And so if you can condense the timeline because you're working in with your trades guys to their schedules and really plan ahead, then you're able to really deliver a good, efficient build.
Yeah. Awesome. And you do custom homes, obviously. This is a beautiful, incredible home.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we're really focused on woodworking, but we really like the challenge of a general contracting project. If you want a really beautiful interior home with custom woodwork, that's really where our strengths are.
Yeah. But it's neat. You have that perspective. You can think with the if you're doing trim work or built-in work for a builder or design builder. You can think with the big picture and what's important, and then
and we're steps ahead on the project. I mean, we know that the trim package that's going in the house before the house breaks ground. I mean, we're really focused on being ahead of the project, not behind the project. And the nice thing about design build too is everything matters in a project. That one piece of insulation that doesn't get put in because it's not a real team atmosphere, that's going to equal a less efficient home, and that's when you get certain people focused on certain jobs. That's not my job. My job is just to put the flooring down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your job, I've seen this play out so many times on job sites where it's, and the homeowner's the one that loses out in those situations.
Yeah.
That's the only person losing out in those situations.
Yeah.
So I'm a big supporter of, the right team seeing a project from start to finish.
Awesome. And on your own, when you're just doing a trim package or cabinetry built-ins, do you typically do the install and why?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we like to be in control of our finished product.
Mm-hmm.
We really like to do that.
Yeah.
And so we do like to see through our woodwork, our millwork. But at the same time, we also know that there's really skilled installers out there that are part of the full team. So we don't push it.
Yeah.
But in this, most people take us up in our installation of the kitchen.
Yeah.
When you're talking custom woodwork, having the person that built it install it allows for really quick changes. A cabinet's the wrong dimensions. We can build a new one in a day.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. That's a nice, and we'll do that really fast when we're the ones installing it.
Yeah.
Because we want to install it really well, really efficiently, and we want to install another kitchen.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, Matt's expanding. He just broke ground on his new facility, and we're going to go check it out.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.